Hey, it's Jacqueline here, and my phone has been ringing off the hook lately, asking me the same question over and over again. What on earth is going on with the way in which properties are being priced? Specifically, a common trend that we're now seeing in Northumberland marketplace is where consumers will see a house listed, let's say at 649. Property sits on the market for about a week at 649. They were holding offers, meaning that they weren't looking at offers for a specific period of time. House does not sell on offer date for 649. House comes back off the market, goes back up at 850. This is causing a lot of confusion among buyers and a lot of frustrations. And hey, I get it. I 100% am on the same page. This is not something that should be happening in our marketplace, but it is something that is technically allowed, as a seller can price their property and market their property realistically any way they see fit. So I wanted to provide a bit of an explanation on why this is happening, as consumers, as I've said, are reaching out to me and asking this question again and again. So as I've explained in previous videos about multiple offers, when an agent comes in, if they know what they're doing, they're actually creating a specific scenario where they're purposely underpricing or aggressively pricing a property. So again, this is an example where we take a house that we think is probably going to sell around 700,000 and we price it at 599 or 649 because we think that there's going to be a lot of potential buyers for this specific property. So we often do it as agents where we know that we have a lot of buyers for something specific. This is commonly going to be under the $700,000 price point in Northumberland County. On the flip side, when we look at homes that are priced over $700,000 in Northumberland County, roughly only about 50% of them will actually sell at their asking price or above. And the reasoning for that is that we don't have as many buyers that are looking in that upper end higher area. So for me as a listing agent, I don't price those properties underpriced. I don't hold offers. I essentially put them out on the marketplace and say, hey, this is what we're asking for the property. Please bring your buyers. This is what pricing that we want for it. Now, the challenge we're finding in the local marketplace, as I've often talked about before, is the average realtor only actually sells about 4 houses in an entire year. I know it's crazy to think that, but the fact is your average agent is only selling 1 house every 3 to 4 months. And the vast majority of realtors have a tendency to work more with buyers than they do with listings. So it's not really surprising that people are listing properties and the pricing that they're coming out and being introduced to the market isn't necessarily where it should be. So again, what this is leading to is that properties listed at a low price one week, then the following week, all of a sudden it's up $100,000. Now, the challenge is that seller never wanted that lower price. They always expected the higher price. And if that was the case, they really realistically should have gone to the market at that appropriate price. But again, it is something that is allowable. It is something, however, that will very much backfire for sellers, as buyers often feel that they've been duped when they asked a lower price for the property, but actually wanted a higher price. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. We have a lot of amazing realtors in our local marketplace that are very experienced in listing properties, and we are very much unquestionably in a changing market. So I cannot stress enough the importance of choosing a realtor who is experienced in listing properties in your local marketplace. If you live in Toronto, you should be working with someone who's experienced in the neighborhood that you're living in. If you're living in Northumberland, you should be working with someone who's experienced in the community of what you're listing. Right now, the correct listing agent can and will be the difference in terms of whether or not you get an appropriate price, or if you price too low, come back on the market, backfire, and don't sell at all. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me anytime or reach out. I'm always happy to provide any guidance and insight that I can on how to effectively price and sell your property.